We had a good practice yesterday, good preparation. A little bit of a Tuesday practice, first day of school. You look at the game plan, you add a couple things, you maybe tweak some things, and that always happens. So there's some learning that goes on Tuesdays. But overall, I thought we had a good day.
We finally punted the other day. It was Kenny Allen. Was that just because it was late in the game, or what might be his role?
Well, it was late in the game. Basically, is why we wanted to punt him, get him out on the field. John, he's worked real hard at it.
Obviously, Dennis is an exciting athlete, but on that punt when he kind of waved it off and then chased after it, are there still some things that he's?
Well, yeah, for Mark, a young player, I think those game environments, those game situations when you have to make some decisions. I think the more he does of that, the better he'll get. I don't know how he saw the ball come down and all those things. If that was going to make a big difference, felt that he couldn't get to it.
But there's more decisions in the punt game, the kick game. It seems like we've got to make some different judgments and things.
Yes.
Brady, Quentin said yesterday, some of the guys were talking about their memories of the 2011 game here, and Quentin was saying that he was in the tunnel and he saw kind of like below in the stadium. That's when it hit him that this was kind of a special. When did it strike you? I know you're in game prep, but
right.
Was there a moment where you're like, wow?
I think how full the stadium was when you went out to warm up. The student section, that whole, really the whole stadium. It was a neat atmosphere.
And to follow that up, generally I know you'd like to rather kick off at noon or 1, but
Correct.
On a limited basis, is that kind of thing special enough that warrants the night setting?
Yeah, it does, and I think with TV involved and all those things, I think you'll see more night games. I don't know if it's the best thing for student athletes, because they are students, and especially when you're the away team and you get home at 3:30 or 4 o'clock in the morning or 5 or whatever it might be. That's a lot of stress on guys who physically and mentally, they got to perform.
Give an update on Courtney and his chances of playing.
Courtney's running around. Trainers working out yesterday. I think he's closer than he is further.
Do you think he'll be available for Saturday?
Yeah.
Al said yesterday that the depth chart, offensive line depth charts in pencil, there's competition ongoing at those 3 interior spots, I assume, or maybe the left.
Yeah.
Do you foresee any changes going into Saturday's game?
Not as of yesterday, no. Practice is always an evaluation time, so we'll see how we perform today. We're still working, Graham a little bit at center. Chris Bryant and then Brady, a little bit at the guard.
Brady, Courtney can play. How does that change the depth chart? Does it all, or does Jared still get not?
It would probably be Jared, Courtney, and maybe about an even split to some degree if he plays.
You would rotate.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah.
If you had a game today, who would be your second running back? With Drake out?
With Drake out, it would be Derek Green.
Coach, we saw a glimpse of Diamante Thomas's athleticism with the punt blocks. What is the biggest thing that's keeping him from seeing time on defense?
Really knowing the defense as well as he needs to at that position is part of it. And that's can be hard with safeties because there's a lot they have to know. And look at adjustments and all those things, formation things that can happen. Then the fundamentals and techniques. I think that, and then I would say there's some guys who he's competing with who are playing better.
So at safety, in the spring you had him at the nickel, and then you moved him back to safety, I guess.
Well, he'll play both. He's still a nickel, but he also has to have a every down position.